Welcome everybody to this beautiful Esper deck without Meathook. No Meathook, no problem. This is a beautiful Esper pile, a very competitive, very high win rate pile that I drew together through different inspirations, through different decks. This is literally just one of the best decks that currently can perform, besides Grixis, I think, and I know Mono Black is really common, but this deck chew Mono Black for breakfast. Hello. Barely face Mono Black with this deck, and if you face Mono Black, they're usually dead. I run first Meathook, and then when I found out today that Meathook is gonna be banned, I tried it with the Path of Peril, because I think Path of Peril is a good replacement for Meathook. Why? Because it can be cheaper, it can be more effective. Will it be replacing Meathook 1-to-1? No, not really, because the life gain, life loss is a really big keyword. Let's say not many cards that can really play into this team, where the opponent, when he does something to you, loses life, and when you do something to him, you gain life. This is why it will never replace 1-to-1 the Meathook Massacre, also the flexibility of the Meathook Massacre, but it's definitely a contender. And in some cases it's even maybe better, because we have a lot of tokens, because Mono Black is so dominant, there is a lot of token makers, and Path of Peril will 3 mana deals with everything with mana value 1 or 2. This is why in some cases Path of Peril maybe even be better. Today we're gonna do a little bit something different. Some of you who is longer with me already know it. We're gonna go and play best of 1 game with this deck without any changes, without any adaptation, and then we're gonna go and play some best of 3 games with our sideboard, where I'm gonna talk about sideboard. And for people who are interested maybe to start playing best of 3, I highly recommend to play best of 3 for everybody. If you're new to the Magic, this is actually how the most of us learned playing Magic 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Who knows how long you're already playing Magic, but the old foxes, the more people there who learned it in the 2000s maybe, or 10 years ago, they learned it most likely in best of 3, because best of 1 is something that is more newish into the game. So this is why I definitely recommend everybody to try out best of 3. If you don't know how it works, let me know down in the comments, watch my video, I will talk about it, how it works, where it works, what is important to consider in best of 3, and how to sideboard, and so on, everything in the gameplay. And from time to time I like to play best of 3, because for me it's just a more satisfying experience to play it. On this spot, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you like it, and let's go straight to the gameplay. So, here we are against La Serafine. La Serafine, let's see if we can reach Diamond today together with this deck that I consider being the best deck in the current meta. Believe it or not, I think it's on the same level with Grixis, and Grixis is already a really powerful archetype, a really powerful deck, but I think this Esper list has the thing to be better, to be simply better than Grixis. With a little bit of know-how and a little bit of sideboarding, this can be really powerful. So, I think my opponent's gonna Guardian here. Maybe, could be. Let's see if Adeline comes down on turn 3. No, Antonio Peacekeeper can go. Don't need him. Don't need Antonio Peacekeeper here. We have double white for Wanderer, we have for Obscura enough. So let's see, my opponent's gonna Scry, and I consider Scry being a really powerful, especially for mono white. And this mono white version has a really high win rate, but I consider it also being a slightly advantage to myself, because, and I'm not gonna play Wanderer, even though if it will be maybe interesting, but I think to be able to deny a turn 4 play from my opponent is more impactful. My opponent forgot to enlist. Enlist it for 3, my friend. This is how you do it. Resolve. 1 on top, 1 on bottom. So my opponent likes what he sees. I want my opponent to spend the mana first before I make decision about my Wandering Emperor. And exactly because of this place. To be honest, I'm really surprised by my opponent not playing it up front. because it would have been a little bit better for him, I think. Very interesting choices here. 5 mana. Right? So, obvious thing is, we cannot kill Adeline with our Emperor, because she is Vigilant. I also think we cannot give him so much time here with our Wedding Announcement. This is why I consider Raffine being a better play, although Wedding Announcement will draw me some cards. So, but let's play Raffine, because next turn Raffine can also suck up some damage from Benalia. And this way we can start gaining life and we can start bashing our opponent. So let's go, you and you can go. And there's a lot of damage and my opponent needs to consider to maybe take unfavorable blocks next turn. We're gonna see. Okay, so my opponent has his own Wandering Emperor. The question is now how we do that. So if I attack all in, my opponent can Wandering Emperor almost everything, minus, or he can plus on Benalia and kill the Obscura without me getting life, right? Right. This is why I think I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. This lets me with 3 mana open, this helps me nothing. This lets me with 2 mana open and maybe drawing into a counterspell. Or something else. Well, let's do that. It's obvious that my opponent has the thingy boomby. I don't want my opponent to minus on Raffine. Okay, nothing for 2 mana, so you can go, and you can go. I actually like Kaito. You can go, and you can go. Yeah. I need one more. I actually like Kaito. Kaito can make this unblockable dude that maybe can bring me over the finish line.
Run away. You'll be safer.
Okay.
This is what you get for hurting my
And sure. Can make it indestructible. Still I got the life. And we draw a card. Let's see what we draw of it. Ertai is okay. It's okay. As I said, next turn we're gonna see Talia, sure. Tax me, daddy, tax me. It's not a biggie. Everything here is not a biggie that you provide on the board. You can plus on something. Oh, he minuses. Okay, interesting. Interesting that my opponent decides to minus here. Okay. We have some options here. Right. But first, before any options, we need to attack and see what we're gonna draw from here, obviously. Because I like the counterspell. Yes, it's if my opponent has Seer Paragon, it's a really powerful play. Okay. So 1-2, thing like this. Like this is the best. Let's see if my opponent wants to double block the Obscura. Maybe with Talia and the token here. I would love it, because I would like to... Okay, my opponent's double blocking with Sure. You are first. We have enough mana to still counter afterwards. So kill the Talia. My opponent most likely not gonna do anything with Benalia because he's sitting with Sierra Paragon, right? So we're gonna just chill because Sierra is a thing. And Ertai will take care of Sierra. Ah, good game. No, there is no Sierra Paragon. So this means, my friends, let's go to best of 3. Let's see how it will perform there. I know already I played a lot with this deck, and I think in the best of 3 we're gonna perform really good. But we're gonna see it now shortly. So definitely stay tuned. I think it's helpful for you, helpful for me, and this is the fastest way to reach Mythic or whatever you want, because we get 2 ticks for wins. So here we are against Godofredo in our best of 3 game. The first one we need to win 2 in a row, and we're gonna try to do that. So this game, and then of course against the next opponent. Who doesn't know how best of 3 works? Holy shit. Ah, scheiße, I don't like this hand. The thing is, again, about best of 3, there is no hand smooth. Best of 3 doesn't has this, hey, the game had like 2 hands and it looks like where is the best ratio to land and spells. This is why best of 3 is also a little bit more randomized, that I enjoy personally. Ooh, yeah, okay. Okay, I think this is something I can play. Not the best hand, but possible. So first off, best of 3. It doesn't have a hand smooth algorithm, so the opening hands can be super terrible or super weird. Maybe some of you who play best of 3 sometimes, so you mulligan, you have 1 land, you mulligan, you have 0 lands, you mulligan again, you have maybe 5 lands, right? This is because the game only in best of 3 has this hand smooth algorithm, and I feel like the matchmaker is here a little bit more fair, let's say, more fair. It's less like crazy over the top games where you sometimes just don't have a chance, literally. You are Junt opponent, okay. Junt is okay. Now we have our counter spell. Let's see what my opponent has on 3. Maybe Chicky Bricky will be okay. Yeah, here comes the Chicky Bricky. We're gonna counter it, obviously. You cannot allow this to happen. Oof. I think you are good. Let's see what my opponent has for 4. But always already consider what would you play or what would you sideboard. And sideboard on the play and on the draw, right? So consider what you will do against Junt. I think, for example, personally, cut down is not necessary here, right? Already, I see that. Lily, sure.
Happy to help.
I discard cut down. Sure, cut down can go. The needed opponent discards land. So let's play Raffine. Let's go after Lily. Let's see what we're gonna draw. Underdog. Okay.
I really don't have time for you.
So let's create another 1/1. In this case, if my opponent minus Lily now, it's not a biggie, and if opponent pluses Lily, it's not a biggie because we can discard Path of Peril. I think this was a good play for me. And my opponent's on Junt, but currently he didn't play it or showed me too much. Most likely he has plays also this Junt dude that returns the lands. So this maybe makes me consider to play the Shameful Stroke, because I think he runs a lot of 4 and 5 drops, right? So always keep this in mind. Like, what do I learn out of the experience with my opponent?
always hated.
Okay, maybe another Lily. No, so this one. Soul of Windgrace, right? And this is totally okay. It's totally okay, totally fine. Next turn we're gonna draw a card from Wedding Announcement and we're gonna kill a Soul of Windgrace. Okay, my opponent wants to do some damage. We're gonna say no. Okay. That's actually interesting. Actually a very interesting draw. Let's see, maybe my opponent runs Meathook. Maybe he's such a cool oldie. I think you two I don't need because currently I don't see my opponent even having a chance. How much mana do you have? 6. 7 he can cast a Titan. So if he top decks a land, could be a Titan of Industry. Right? Right. Let's see if he has a Titan of Industry. Just a consideration, because usually jump lists also run Geeks and run Titan as a combo. Very powerful combo, of course, because Geeks let you lose 3 life, but Titan let you gain 5 life. And this is, I think, a really powerful combo piece, where yeah, the 1 land from Soul Windgrace will not be such a biggie here, I think. This is also why we will Soul of Windgrace let connect with us, because just in case he has... No, my opponent goes for draw. Okay, then we don't let him connect with us. Because what this is? 3, 4, maybe 5 if he attacks now. Can go for 5. Lily? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Before I lose my creature here. Counter target spell, we counter you. Si, senor. So let's see. Oh, Interceptor is also good, huh? So let's attack first. Before we play the land, maybe we draw a land that we like more. We go and Raffine, of course. Oof. Do I have something for 3? Not really, right? Hey, stop writing. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like this. Yeah, I think that's okay. Wow, opponent takes it all. Okay. What was he hoping for? Okay. 4 cards. Maybe Meathook Massacre? For 3? And he's trying to learn now. I think he's already defeated. I can check who was writing me. Ah, Steam. Game on my wishlist is an offer. Okay, Gixie. Gixie is not something I particularly want to see. Okay, my opponent saw enough. Against Junt. Junt on the draw. So on the draw, Kaito is not the best. Let's cut Kaito. Cut down is not really necessary, right? I would add... one stroke. One more Dennick. And 2 Lily of my own? Or a negate? The rest on the draw is also... I mean, could prevent him from a powerful 2-play. I think we're gonna take Lily. I think we're gonna take Lily because Lily on the draw is a little bit more powerful than Kaito because we can on turn 3 kill something that my opponent plays with turn 4. This is why let's keep it like this. This is always to consider. We will be most likely on the draw. Certain cards are not so good on the draw. For example, do you want to play Underdog or do you want to counter your opponent's triple mana play? Most likely you want to counter the 3 mana play, right? This is why things like Negate is better there, Spell Pierce is better, Make Disappear is better. Tend to play it. But this is a good hand against Lily. Depends on my opponent sideboarded. I consider my opponent maybe sideboarding more big stuff, more broken stuff. This is what I would consider. Well, this is maybe what I would, or Duresses, right? Like Duress here. Can take Waiting Announcement, and it's totally fine. So we go with you and we go with Underdog. So my opponent most likely put 3 Duresses in. Maybe some sweepers. Fable is okay. Okay. So let's play you and let's take away our lands here. Oh, May Disappear is good. Good. It's actually good. Actually good, because we still, with Raffine, we still have the chance to cycle everything, right? Still play around with it. Double land gun, okay. So my opponent must have a lot of lands in his hand. Another Duress, okay. This most likely means that maybe he has a land. That he cannot deal with Raffine. Underdog himself, okay, sure. Sure, bro. And now he needs to play around, Make Disappear the whole time. The whole time. He knows it. He knows it, right? He knows about it. He sees it. He feels it. It's actually also a good draw. Actually a good draw.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when
Hold the board small.
off you go.
Right. Will be a little bit better on turn 5 because then May Disappear will be still available, but we're gonna see how impactful my opponent's turn 5 will be. Underdog, okay. Goes after Lily, it's good. Eating the resources, eating the resources.
With friends.
Sure, oh, this is actually a good draw. So let's see what we're gonna draw. Another Lily. Three, 2. Don't mind me if I do. I believe I can make it both, right? Yes. Don't mind me if I do.
This fight finished before brunch.
No double titans for you, my friend. It's a good play. It's a really good play. Definitely a very good play. Now he will most likely go again with Underdog after Lily. I will block with Dennick, obviously. Because then he can come back from the graveyard, everything can come back from the graveyard, and we want to empty our hand to empty our opponent's hand. And this is very, very nice, I would say, very, very nice. Will be more educative, informative stream, or stream video. Stream, by the way. Wanna do it, but as I said, guys, we are expecting our child any day, like literally any night. Usually it happens at night, I heard. Oh, Squee I didn't account. Squee I literally didn't account. But it's okay. Trades a 1/1, we're gonna block one here.
Fine.
I'm not sure if Squee is the best play he could have done here, but okay. It's okay. Definitely okay. Massacre for 1. Okay, too. Ah, and he could not blink the thingy. To mana open, let's see. I would like to have a counter spell. Or do I like to have a Wandering Emperor? Oh. Dennick will help me, I think. Dennick will help me with, if he bleeds something, like the underdog from him, now he can blitz it, because, but then when he leaves the battlefield, whenever a non-token permanent leaves a battlefield, Dennick creates me an investigation token. This is why if he goes for it, he draws a card, loses life and do some damage, but I draw a card too, so, or I will get a chance to draw a card. And I want to find my counter spells because I am a little bit afraid of Titan. Titan has reach. This means my flyer here, two of these bad boys. Yes, I thought that you will do that. No, I'm not gonna block it. So opponent also runs Meathook still. So there goes Dennick. Creates me an investigation token. Gives me a land. Let's go in. Let's go and refine. Oof. Oof, this is actually good, huh? I have enough mana, yes. So I'm gonna play the land. And now if I see it right, I can Obscura and Investigation token at once. So this is okay. Boom down to 5, he needs to have a really impactful play now, but Obscura will prevent his impactful play. Right. My opponent draw Geeks. Oh no, Squee. Sure. Squee is not a biggie. 4 mana left. Squee is literally nothing. Okay. Is this our first win here? No, Lily. Okay, no. Lily, you can keep her. Keep her. Lily, bye-bye. My turn. Nothing that could have saved him. You saw how it goes. Smart sideboarding, thinking in front, and let's go for another one. I hope this will help you, maybe to find a joy in best of 3 or to consider to play, especially for ranking up. It's just amazing. I like to rank up because it's really time efficient in best of 3, and the games are more crispy. I don't know why. I don't know why. The games are more challenging. Like, there's a little bit more to it, but let's go. Here we are against Judo, or Jude 1-0, or Jude 10. We play first, always go for play first. Twice, it's okay. If you're on the play, Underdog is a good card. If you are on the draw, as I mentioned it already in my previous game, Underdog is not the best card. And this looks like a mono-white opponent, is actually okay. Let me see what my opponent has to offer here. Oh no, it's an Esper opponent, okay, sure. Esper Pasper, huh? Let's go and play you out, and then we're gonna end the turn, because I wanna counter my opponent's Wedding Announcement, obviously. And my opponent don't have a Wedding Announcement. Oof. Ooh, Refined Tower, huh? Let's go with the Underdog again. Let's go for you, and let's play Underdoggy. Let's play the Underdoggy. That's 6 damage. My opponent needs to do something against it, sure. So he just topped the Spirited Companion most likely, and let's see what he has for 2. Okay. Missing a little bit on lands, but this is fine. Oh. Oh, wow. But this is a surprise. My opponent maybe has his own Make Disappear, so he kept a Spirited Companion to sacrifice it to counter something, right? Sure. Pass. He has Mimic disappear, his own. But this will allow me to play Raffine. It's good. This is very, very good. Zone, let's go and... Game. Let's play it like this. Okay. End the turn. So what are you? Azorius midrange? This is Azorius midrange. We gonna see. Or maybe he's also Esper. My opponent looks into the graveyard. Maybe he has a Geeks or something. Wait a second, I need to check my phone. As I said, my girlfriend and I are expecting a baby and I need to stay on the phone for a little bit, at least. Okay. Sure. So let's go block here. Okay. Good play. Good play from my opponent. Should have Takuma, huh? A Bankbuster. Bankbuster is not a biggie. Thing is, I don't want to tap out. I don't want to tap out to Path of Peril. This is maybe a situation where the Meathook Massacre will be a little bit more interesting. It's just because the simple reason I could have killed all the 1/1s, tipped my underdog. Okay. Oh. For 4 mana, what do you have? There's a lot of lands, huh? Emperor or Raffine? I think Raffine is better. Huh? Okay. Right. So let's do it like this. And I just noticed that I don't have enough black mana. But yeah, I think the first game will be a loss, but after that we gonna see. Good, good. Paphos, okay. There's 2 mana left. I don't like him having this 2 mana. I want him to have 1 mana.
rather slowly. And some think time only flows with one.
So. Let's play Underdog. Draw a card, sure. Show me what you got. A fairy? A fairy, most likely.
A second here, a second there. Who's counting?
Okay. This is 6 damage. I want to survive as much as possible to have more information about my opponent's deck, because I'm currently not sure what we are playing here against. Okay, it's good. Just pass. There's an important section now where we just want to find out what is my opponent running, or what is our opponent running. Does he run a Wandering Emperor? Maybe he flashed it in. Like, what mistakes will he make, right?
I don't want to spoil the surprise.
No. So, sideboarding. What do we want? What do we need? Let me check. Here's Eiganjo. Make disappear. Maybe showed also Bankbuster. I think you is good. I think Path of Peril is not necessary. Negate is good. I think Dennick is not necessary. One more cut down? Yeah, I think this is okay. I think this is good. Let's stay with it. So negate in, cut down in, Dennick out. Okay, it's okay hand. It's actually okay hand. Let's see if we can go a little bit tempo, huh? Let's see if we can go tempo against the Esper build. I mean, most likely he has now made disappear, right? No, Companion, okay. Companion is not bad. An Anteplant will be better, but sure. Let's see, maybe we find an Anteplant. Sure. Sure. Video announcement. I would like to counter it, but what you gonna do? Our own waiting announcement. Let's go over the air. 2 cut downs and not a single land. Okay. Sure. Let's put here and stop. Just if my opponent skips through so I can deal with a wedding announcement. A plant, maybe another card, another wedding announcement. I need it. I need my Raffine to find my lands. Okay, we have our lands. Let's go again. Over there. Don't need both of you. So opponent currently only buying time. We don't have double white. I just discarded my white source, just realized it. So I'm not playing the best. And there's a benefit connects and then discard one more card. I don't mind. Okay. Dennick is something I don't want to see, I think. Not right now. Underdog can go. Pass. Here. Oof. Okay, you can go. You can go. I think you can go. Yeah.
Get in, get out. Easy.
Difficult question now, but I think an 1-1 will be more profitable here.
I've got all kinds of connections.
We will exile the Raffine.
Finally, I'm home. My judgment is final. I guess that's it then.
Thanks. I'll be taking that.
Okay. Good draw. Okay. Let's take out Make Disappear.
I know something. No.
A counterspell would be better, but okay. This is not a counterspell. Two mana open, so make disappear will not be enough. Now it's enough, sure. But this opens up my underdog play. Decline. Spirited, sure. Nice draw. Oof, okay. So let's go underdog. Draw another card.
Thanks. I'll be taking that.
Grasp is not something I really needed now, but it's okay. Sarah is also not something I'm really excited about. So he plays also Sierra Paragon. Dennick is okay. Takes out Kaito, okay.
To being uninvited.
Decisions. So this will not draw him a card. I can Kaito into Waiting Announcement, right? Yeah. Kaito into Waiting Announcement, creating a ninja token. Make everything a little bit wider. And next turn we're gonna see. Okay, my opponent draws another card. Really close game. Really close game. Ah, this is... It's a Wandering Emperor, huh? This is a Wandering Emperor. Let's see if we find maybe something. Oh, yes.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Shh. This is 3 mana. This is not enough. Okay. What a close game. He flashed maybe his own Wandering Emperor in. Maybe. I make disappear, sure. He has still enough mana for a Wandering Emperor. This is okay. Sure. Do we have more?
Now this is a juicy secret.
Okay. I didn't double underdog because I was thinking that my opponent maybe has his Wandering Emperor. But so far he's shy with it, or he plays around something else. Okay. We took it down. Oof, on the draw. On the draw I consider to take out Kaito. I think Grasp will be a little bit too slow. Put in one more stroke. One Path of Peril and one Dennick, I think. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I think this is it's really close game, really close game. Against Azorius midrange. This is how a diamond game should be, I would say, huh? This is how it should be. But, yeah. And then draw, I think maybe Duress, but how far will Duress bring me, right? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's okay hand. It's okay. It's not the best, not the worst. Black is missing, but we have these two plays. Just in case, but I will not play turn 2 anything. Make Disappear will stay there and force my opponent to play around it. Yeah. Yeah. And we are on the draw, so most likely we can also draw our black source. This is not a biggie. Here is everything a question of time and meta. How do we play against this very powerful? I consider this he runs a very good cards. It looks for me a little bit like this list from Crocus, this Azorius list with Wandering Emperor and Teferi. So maybe some sort of net deck, especially because he runs this Cough. But also really difficult to sideboard against this sort of decks, right? We have both similar win conditions. The thing that I don't like against him is he has the Adeline. Okay, Companion, sure. Okay. I wanna counter the turn 3 play, Wedding Announcement. Pure theoretically, I mean, where are my lands? Game. 2 draws, no lands. I think 26 lands we run here. Okay. Sure. My turn. Yes. Next. So my opponent's sitting most likely with Wedding Announcement in the hand. It's okay. Just thinking maybe how to bait me, right? Maybe he has his Wandering Emperor in the hand. Maybe not. Another land will be definitely really helpful. So I can play maybe Dennick and yeah. Let's play Dennick. Don't want the fairy to resolve. More mana for my opponent. Really good draw the land, by the way. I mean, we are sitting here with 2 dead cards, 3 dead cards with cut down, if we count it in. But I currently would not like to cut down our Spirited Companion. Yeah. It all depends now if he knives, so he grows him or not. No, otherwise cut down still has a target. Okay. This is not the land we were looking for. My opponent missed a land drop, right? He missed a land drop. So currently we are Azorius against Azorius. Because I don't have my black source. Okay, now my opponent top decks the land. Okay. Okay. Can maybe make disappear and kill his Spirited Companion. Would maybe be a possible play to take away or kill first the Spirited Companion with cut down. Sure. Interesting play, cool play. Right, because he will take away his things too, but this will give him the farewell back into the hand. Oh no, only 2 and less. Wow. Okay. I think it's worth it. I mean, he will draw a card of it, but it's worth it. Oh. No, don't mind the 4 damage. My sound disappeared again, by the way. Oh, Adeline, okay. Okie dokie. Not what I needed. Not what I wanted. I don't think he runs 2 Eiganjos, right? I don't think he runs 2 Eiganjos. Or did Crocus run 2 Eiganjos? No, he didn't. Okay. Let's see what we draw. 3 mana from my opponent. Oh wow. Okay. what was happening with Underdog. Okay. Down to 3. Sure. Let's flash it in before he drew the card. Maybe he draws something helpful here. Also draws Foundering Emperor, okay.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
Good play. Oh. I'm not sure if I can do it somehow, but let's try. I think this will be our loss.
Still have much to learn.
I would have played Dennick, no? Playing Buster is good. Another Spirited is good. This is not it. It's too much damage next turn. The only thing I can do here is attack and hope for Path of Peril. Or for some sort of reset. This is not it. Good game. Good game. Unlucky. Very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. But this is how it can go. This is how it can go. There is nothing else to shame and blame. Let's see what we would have drawn from our underdog. And let's go out like big boys. I like big boys, I would say. Sure. Oh, no. And this is also not it. This is also not it. Let's go out like a big boy. We go out like... Mind Sound disappeared. Like the pros. We concede on one life. Yeah, it happens. But we lose only one game. So the one game that we made in best of one, you see, only one tick. Oh no, I lost 2 ticks. Well, was it not different? 1, 2. So, here we are in our breakdown part, and yeah, I was certain that we lose only one, maybe it's just in diamond, I don't know, but yeah, I definitely would recommend to craft this deck upfront, because I am Very impressed how it performs. The win rate, you see it here now on top, is 6-1, I think. A lot of them in best of 3, some of them in best of 1. So I think 2 games I made in best of 1 and 4 games in best of 3. Those are counting as a single games, of course, but anyway. I'm really impressed with the performance. I'm really impressed with the sideboard. I think sideboard can make an adjustment. I think in the first game where we lost, the Meathook Massacre would have won me this game. So will it hurt this sort of decks? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Before I run it with Meathook Massacre and I had less issues, let's say, in this sort of situation, because you can just Meathook Massacre for how much you want. But can Path of Peril replace Meathook Massacre? Not 1-to-1, but very similar. I think the condition of Meathook Massacre is good against aggro decks. Who knows, in the previous game, maybe my opponent will have a negate, or maybe make disappear. He had a lot of tokens, I need to pay 4 more. So maybe Meathook Massacre will not have won me there anything, and Path of Peril would have been better or stronger. But I think in combination, Path of Peril in combination with Cutdown can achieve really much, especially against current run decks. And I think Path of Peril is a good possibility and good replacement. Also, by the last game when I lost, I feel like I didn't sideboard it good. I don't know, I feel like I still now, before I start making the breakdown, I was considering, like, what if I would have put some duresses in, you know, like to have the information about the opponent's hand, maybe on turn 3 to play a duress and then to have make disappear open, for example, right? So I think I messed up my sideboarding in the last game, because yeah, the Azorius, the Crocus version, I think the duress there is definitely worth it, because we can hit Wedding Announcement, we can hit Wandering Emperor, we can hit the Fairy, so I think the duress is definitely good sideboard option there, or it would have been a sideboard option, but nonetheless, I think this deck is one of the best decks you can play in higher tiers, also in a competitive way. If you run this in some sort of competitive way, let me know. If you have struggled with some cards, if you want to replace some cards or make some additions, because I also thought about Bankbuster, as my opponent previously ran. Because Bankbuster with Underdog is pretty good, but is bad with Dennick, is bad with Raffine. I didn't really introduce Bankbuster there, because on turn 2 I want to do usually something else. But it's possible, If you maybe miss out on some Dennicks or miss out on Underdogs, maybe replace it with Bankbuster will also be helpful. Yeah, what else? What do I think about the deck? I think it's definitely more interesting to play than the previous version of Esper. You remember, maybe I showed you a while ago a really competitive Esper list that I think it was in some sort of big tournament, and it run like everything over. One of the first big tournaments where Esper really dominated everything with Vanishing Verse and everything. It was a super boring list. I told you back then the list is super boring to play. This list makes fun. This list is actually not as boring as the previous list because of things like Kaito. It makes a little bit more entertainment to play between Dennick, spells, and this mind plays with your opponent. I think this makes Magic really much more interesting. But in best of 3 is definitely much more better. So if you liked what you saw, or if you want to get into best of 3 and you say, hey, I have no idea about sideboard, I have no idea about rules, anything, let me know down in the comments. I will maybe try to help you, maybe just join our Discord server, we can talk there about it. Best of 3 is actually the more casual, traditional way to play Magic. I think back then a lot of you, my friends and me included, we usually play best of 3 because Magic is a luck game, and you can minimize this luck outcome in 3 games better than in 1 game, because you can just have bad draws and then you lose. But in 2 games in a row to have bad draws, well, then it's maybe something wrong with your deck. But we saw this deck performed really good. We lost first, we won second, and we lost the third one because I think I made a mistake, right? I messed up. A better player, a more experienced player than I am, will most likely have won this game, or sideboarded better and won this game this way. Yeah, otherwise, this is also the list that I would also consider or recommend to you to run in best of 1. So if you say, hey, I don't want to run in best of 3, this is the list I usually also run in best of 1 without any changes, and in best of 3 you can then adjust, because usually in best of 3 you run less removal and more cards that profit yourself. For example, like Grasp or maybe a Cut Down, because you can sideboard them easy, right? Like if you met an opponent where you say, oh, here I need more removal, bam, 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 removal is in. But I think it doesn't really matter so much, because currently in the best of 3 also I meet a lot of people who are playing aggro decks or mono white, and I played against mono white few games. So there is like Cut Down and Infernal Grasp, which is good hand, good opening hand with some Cut Down, so there is not a biggie. Yeah, on this spot, I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more of best of 3, or you say no, stay better with best of 1, because I like this healthy mix. And myself, as I said already before, I play best of 3 more often to rank up, because it's more time eating, or like you spend less time, for me at least, right? If I play against somebody and in turn 5, turn 6 they understand, okay, there is no chance, they quit, and maybe they quit again because they saw, okay, their deck has no chance against my deck, and then bam bam, you have 2 ticks, and then you go further. Instead of best of 1, you play 5 games, you win 5 games, then you lose 1, and you actually are back where you started 3 games ago, right? Like, this progress in best of 1 is not the best thingy, but so it be, right? Everybody likes what they like, and best of 1 games are definitely more crispy. You have more versatility in the decks, but I think in best of 3, really, if you want to play a little bit more like competitive feeling, best of 3 is the place to go, definitely. Yeah, otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you like it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.